They call me Grey Cloak. I am one of the game leaders in the Larp Gimle in Sweden. Let me tell you about what makes Gimle unique. It's a medieval low fantasy LARP, inspired by Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Vikings. We have limitation on the amount of magic. We have 4 spells, a few magical artifacts, maybe a potion here and there. We also have restrictions on what races you can see in our world. You will see orcs and elves, maybe see a dark elf, a drow, and we have had a group of dwarves, yes, visiting us one year. Even a banshee. That was scary. It's sort of a LARP based on zones. If you like magic, you can go north, visit the academy, where the wizards, the druids, dwell. If you don't like magic and feel it's a bit forcing you to play in a way, you can go south and stay in the village, to have a village culture, in Gimleby. If you like battling, shield walls, go north, go to the battlefield. The play there is a bit rougher, so stay away if you don't like rough fighting. So we try to make a fairly simple fighting rule system. You have 3 hit points, meaning if you're hit 3 times, you're out, but you're not dead. You cannot die in Gimle. Your character is just threatened, life-threatening wounds. So you'll have to go and see a medic or a healer. And you will recover. You can also find armor and get up to a maximum of 6 hit points. This game, Gimle, is designed for adults, but we have a lot of young people. 40% of our players are under 18 years, and they have a great time. But you must be 13 years or older to carry a weapon. If you're between 13 and 15, you must have your parents here or join one of our leader groups where we have leaders. We are very friendly to beginners. We have about 50% beginners last year. But let me remind you that in order to have an interesting game, we sometimes need a more complex rules to sort of have the details interesting. So study the rules where that concerns your character. In the game you will meet grey cloaks like me that's there to check that the rules are followed and support you. We're also going to have NPCs, non-playing characters, there to support you. But the most important thing with the characteristics of Gimle is that it's based on groups. You must be part of a group. We must see in your costume, your clothes, that you belong to a certain nation, because we must know how to play against you as an individual. All our intrigues are based on the relationship between all of these nations. So if you like this kind of characteristics of the Gimle LARP, with a bit limited amount of magic, more sort of believable system, with zones for magic, for village LARPing, for fighting, with this fairly simple battle system, where we're focusing on an adult game, where we have a lot of beginners that are welcome, that are supported, and most of all, the group system with well-developed groups. If you like this, you're welcome to come to Gimle.